All right, let's do this stuff. Current date is 5/5/2017. Current time is 9:04 p.m. Eastern Time. Fire Chief EMP. Current staff in the room is Deputy Chief Ashton R. 102, EMS Lieutenant 107 Sam I, Engineer Michael Z, and Engineer Tommy M. And we have some normal members here. So we're going to be holding a very quick meeting. Everything that's going to be changing with fire and everything that is going to be coming up here soon. So Ashton, Deputy Chief, take it away.
So I will be announcing promotions after the meeting if they're applicable. I just want to take some time to remind everyone to watch the radio traffic in the channel, in the Sirius Patrol channel. Remember the RTO is in effect at all times, which means that only Sirius radio traffic can be transmitted in that channel. And for fire department, that means plain English, no use of 10 codes at all, unless transmitting code red, code blue, and 1144s. We have recently, within the past month, we have released new patrol logs and reports, such as the incident report and EPCR. Links are in my office if you need them, so make sure you're reviewing those. We also recently deployed out a new recruit guide. That's also in my office as well if you want to review it at your leisure. It's also in the fire department training room as well. And there's also a video you can watch too. That's about 35 minutes long if you don't want to sit through reading through the PowerPoint. So I recommend you viewing that on occasion. We are going to come out with a new in-game training here shortly, probably within the next few weeks.
Very shortly.
Along with a new exam you would take after the in-game training and in-classroom training, which would incorporate all your training together to make sure you have a full and fundamental understanding of the way we do things here in the fire department. There has been a new ad hoc committee created by myself for new vehicle models for the fire department. The committee consists of Engineer Michael Z, EMS Lieutenant Sam I.
User was moved to your channel.
And, Firefighter 2 Logan H. Now we are taking monetary donations, which is money, for these models. They will come at a cost to us, to the membership, for the fire department, as the administration is not paying for it at this time due to money constrictions. So we have already gone through and designed and modeled out all the vehicles that we would get. If you'd like to know more information, you can come to Sam I on that, or follow the chain of command actually. So start at Logan and go up the chain to myself. And we will provide basic information to you, nothing in detail until we receive the models in the near future. So it will require a substantial amount of money, anywhere between I would assume $100 to $300. I haven't seen the actual end invoice yet, but it is a substantial amount, and
it's going to be over $300.
Okay, so it seems Michael has seen the invoice, so it's gonna be over 300.
I spoke with him a little bit, but he hasn't sent an invoice yet. I have to chat with him.
Okay, all right. So I guess like Michael said, over $300. So if everyone contributed a little bit, this will make this project go by a lot faster, and it would help us get some really exciting new models in game that would help make our role play more enjoyable. So that's for that. So I want to direct your attention to the new policies adopted by the DOJRP. So there's been some changes in the EULA, or the rules and regulations. So policy J is now chain of command. Basically outlines you following chain of command starting at the lowest and going from the top. This is like the second or third slide in your training, so you should not forget that at all. If you do skip ranks, you will eventually hit termination if you continue to do it. And there's also some new policies coming out. Policy K, double clanning. Basically, don't join any other GTA 5 servers or any TeamSpeak servers that aren't owned by the Department of Justice Roleplay community, and that includes the only TeamSpeak servers we have are the public relations server, which is the interview server, and the main TeamSpeak server, which is what we are on now. So no double clanning. We'll
got
take
a
questions at the end.
Okay.
Policy L, media assets. So basically, this policy states that English must be spoken in all public lobbies. Public lobbies means that anybody can access the channels, aka unlock channels that you don't need a password to join. Let's make sure we're all speaking English. It's not really a big problem for us right now, but it can be in the future. And it also addresses any abuse of the DOJ assets, as I explained earlier, which is the TeamSpeak servers, the Discord, and website. It can result in termination if you abuse anything. Oh, and it's up to the severity of the abuse. Policy M and N relates to privacy and security. I would recommend you view that at your leisure. And it basically explains what reasonable privacy and security you can expect here in the DOJ. Other than that, I do have one more remark regarding other games and acceptable use. So I've noticed that the fire department has, in general, the fire department has taken a substantial amount of time in playing other games. I know in the past it's been Rust and a few others, which is all fine and dandy. But we need to make sure that we're patrolling as well. I mean, we're here for, as Polecat mentioned in our earlier meeting, that we're here for roleplay in the server 1, server 2, so on and so forth. And we're here to have fun as a team and group play, as you've heard in the interview. So let's make sure let's make sure we're doing that. So I don't mind you guys playing other games. That's why the lobbies are there. But we also need to make sure we're doing our job as well and having some fun. I will now hand it over to Ian.
Okay, so honestly, as Ashton just covered, not being in game a lot. I come on this TeamSpeak a lot, and I see patrols without any fire. No, that's fine, and I understand. As of now, we do have a server cap, and I do realize that fire doesn't always get in. But if you can get in, and the server might be full, but you can always try to log into the server. If you can't get in, that's fine. You can always be looking for the patrols and seeing when someone leaves, and then you can rejoin. But I really hope I can see more fire in game, because we are we're the small guys. We're the smallest department in the community as far as I'm concerned. I don't know how small we are, but I think we are the smallest. But the small ones do rise, so let's just make sure we're trying to be in patrol as much as possible, because we do enhance role play. Because if an officer shot, who's supposed to come and help them? Medics. If a fire is building, who's supposed to put that out? Fire. So let's just make sure we're in game at all times, as much as possible, and then also make sure you're filling out your proper logs, stuff like that. We have that for a reason. That's how you get your rank around here nowadays, because we have to see what you're doing in patrol, if you are patrolling, how much you're patrolling. That's what we're supposed to know, and that's going to help us in the long run when it comes to promotion time. So other than that, I have nothing else. Sam?
All right. Do you want
I
me to
just
announce
want
the
to
awards?
add
or...
on that. So I just went through our entire roster and counted everyone, and there's 41 of us. So I mean, there's no reason at all why there should be nobody in server if there's that many people in the department. It's just my personal opinion, but I understand people need breaks. I need a break sometimes. That's why we play these other games. But let's have a little higher expectations on what we do. Okay.
All right.
Alright.
Do you want me to announce the awards?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So we're going to be giving out 2
User
awards this
disconnected
meeting.
from your channel.
Unfortunately, I don't know if any of them are here this second, but I'll reveal here. So first of all, we're going to start with probationaries of the month. We're actually giving it to 2 people this month. These people...
User was moved to
these
your
people,
channel.
it seems like whenever they're in patrol, they really have a good spirit. They always just enjoy the calls that they get. Even if they don't get any calls, the calls they do get, they work really well together, and I think that they'll make a good team, and they are forming a friendship that I think will last their entire careers in DOJ. Probationary of the month, I'm proud to honor to Janice S. and Scott R. I hope that's their last initials. Yay. Alright. Alright, unit numbers, but okay. Anyway.
I'll be worried
the other-
about after the meeting.
Yeah. The other award that we chose to give out this month is Firefighter of the Month. So Firefighter of the Month is given to a certain member of the fire department who we really look at and we see, you know, they might have been around for a while, and it's not exactly that they're in patrol the most. It might not be that they are, you know, doing the best. It's all about, you know, their spirit, how they do and what they're able to do when they are in patrol. So, we are honored this month to award Firefighter of the Month to Lawrence Y. Yay, he's not here, but they do have certificates made up. But yeah, so Lawrence and Janice and Scott, when you're listening to the recording, congratulations. Alright, so now a few of my remarks. For starters, I just want to remind everyone, I hope that, we have department policies. These policies are kind of just to outline some of the fire department rules and regulations. A lot of them are just restated. Not only are they restated DOJ policies, but they are also meant, you know, kind of to give us some guidelines for in-game. That's a link in case you haven't seen it. You know, and about what our FTAs and FTOs are to do. So, let's see. So, a few things. First thing I really want to start covering is in-game at the station. Okay. So, when we're in-game at the station, it's sometimes I see that it just turns into it's a mess. So first of all, a little reminder for everybody: scenarios have been crashing people lately. I know we had a big incident the other day where we all crashed because we were using scenarios. That's with the F5 trainer, so I would stick away from those right now. But anyway, it's, the station, it's okay, if you want to, walk around, if you want to do this, you want to do this. But, doing stuff like, running in the middle of the road, spawning redundant vehicles, whether that be a bicycle, we got to remember, imagine this is a real fire station, we're not going to be, screwing around. We want to look serious and professional because we don't want to, especially since we are the underdogs, we don't want to be like, oh god, the fire department, all they do is sit at the station and screw around. In addition to that, in addition to radio traffic as well, the N or in-game chat. So remember, that has, even though it's a small proximity, has a very large proximity, and I've heard a lot of stuff on that I
User in
don't
your
want to
channel
be
timed
hearing.
out.
Everything from, I don't even want to go into it. And people have been talked to. That end chat, you should be, especially if it's a polecat patrol, talk about serious stuff. Don't talk about, hey, what do you think polecat's doing right now? Stuff like that should not be going on in that chat. If anything, you can chat with a, like a text chat or something, but that chat is, especially if they're right outside the station, they use it for contacting civs if they're law enforcement. So that's a big thing. Let's see. So yeah, actions at station reports. Make sure you're doing your reports. People from the most part from what we're seeing are doing good reports. Keep it up. Also, since it hasn't been formally announced at a meeting, EMS protocols. There's a lot of big words in there, but I'm doing trainings for CCP, as you can see. So if you're a firefighter 2 and above, you are eligible to take it. I welcome everybody to take it. You learn a lot and just improves your scope. But for EMTs, if you have any questions or concerns, you can contact me directly in regards to EMS-related medical questions. It's meant to be a guideline so we can improve our roleplay. Now, of course, it's not expected that off the bat, oh, boom, diabetic, do this, especially if you don't do it in real life, But it's meant to be guidelines because I looked at it like this, like if PD has penal codes, and they're not. It's not like officers have that thing. They whip it out every time they pull somebody over. But if they get a thing that they don't know how to handle, they reference the penal codes. So that's kind of what this is in regards to for EMS. Other than that, that's everything I got. So, Michael, do you have anything? I know you said you didn't, but do you have anything now?
Michael G.
No, Michael Z.
Oh.
No, I'm good. At work,
All right.
can't talk too much. So.
Yep.
But
And
actually, when it comes to the models, there's probably going to be no information that we're giving out currently. We're still keeping that under wraps. So, just as an FYI, you probably won't get any information until we get the models, because they're still in the development phase.
all right.
So
And Tommy?
No.
Okay, so we're gonna start moving to members now. Daniel, anything?
I did have a question, but I did forget it. I will ask if I remember it, or I will politely ask to ask.
All right, Jim.
Oh, I just had a my
Go,
brain. When Dan was talking, our character bios.
The character bios.
Mhm.
Okay, so yeah, that's actually pretty cool. I might actually create up one myself because that's actually a pretty cool idea. It's basically creating your firefighter or something like that. What was his his early days like, and how did he choose to be in this profession of saving lives and stuff like that. So there's a forum post somewhere on there of Daniel or
It's
Sam.
in the
Fire
forums.
forum.
There you go, fire forums. If someone wants to link that, that's totally up to them. But
I'll link it.
there you go.
Thank you, Sam.
So you can go ahead, create a character bio. I do check the forums, guys, and I do see what you guys post on there. I check the forums just about every day. I'm on there looking at, and I mean, that seemed like it, but I'm on there looking at stuff all the time. So, seeing character bios from all of you guys, if you guys want to do it, that'd be completely awesome to see. Goes to show, who I have as a staff, and it's pretty awesome. So, if there's anything else, Daniel, no.
Not at this time, no.
All right, so we're gonna move on to Jim.
Negative.
Logan.
Sorry. No, I do not.
Okay, Robert.
Negative.
Colin.
I was just giving you guys a heads up. I'm going to be getting a job very shortly here, so my time's going to be really, really fun.
Okay, that's understandable. All right, now we're gonna move on to the probies. Austin.
I can't look at any forms on the website.
Okay.
So
What's
I need
your-
that fixed.
Please say your
It's-
website name as exactly as it is with Austin G Foxtrot 150.
At the moment it's just Austin G, so I'm gonna fix it.
I'll
right
change that, and then I'll take care of that for you.
Okay, so
I appreciate it.
while that's going on, anything else, Austin? Any questions, concerns about anything? No. Okay.
Not
Connor?
at the moment.
Okay, Connor.
Yeah, a question around training and certifications, because I understand there's a number of trainings that do happen with different things like ground operations and things. I'm just wondering if there's actually anything on the staff side for the fire department to keep track of that and who has certification for each of those trainings.
Okay, so we Ashton, you can explain that.
User was moved to your
That's something you
channel.
can explain
That
on,
would actually be something that I handle.
Yeah.
Oh, that's you, Mike? Okay.
Yep, Advanced Fireground Operations Training is something that I hold usually once a month, kind of as a drill style information guide. We kind of go over more in-depth fireground operation to kind of help everybody out with it. I currently am not keeping a tally, but that's something that I can do. It's basically just for more information for everybody, so you understand more and are more knowledgeable on the fireground and safe.
Yeah, because I was thinking with the public roster that we've currently got, I see that we've got FTO certified, and just basically to keep track of what everyone's kind of certified in and what they're generally doing. I think it might be beneficial if there is trainings and tests that people are doing that in terms of the roster that can be kept track of, so that we know who's going for trainings and what they're actually certified in, and especially now with the new medical guidelines
User
coming in,
disconnected from your
there
channel.
might be a good idea to have EMT training or something like that there, so that people, even though everyone's technically an EMT, just have something extra added on so that everyone knows their guidelines quite well.
I'll work on something like that.
Alright, perfect. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna stop the questions for a second. Sam, you want to tell Lawrence about what he received?
Yep. All right. So Lawrence, I'd like to congratulate you right now. Lawrence, you here? Lawrence.
On his phone.
Oh, he's on his phone. All right. Lawrence, I just have to say real quick, we're happy that, so you are being awarded Firefighter of the Month. I have a certificate for you. Give me half a second.
Microphone muted.
What just happened?
I don't know. I'm just laughing with it. Sam just dropped the ball.
Yep.
I have no clue what just happened.
Lawrence,
Okay, what did Sam do?
Just take the certificate and be happy.
He couldn't English.
Alright, Ashton, Sam, you're now being demoted to a probationary. Sorry.
Damn.
And that's on record. That's on record. Rip.
That's against the EULA. You have to be speaking English.
Oh,
Portillo's terminated. Aye, everything.
No, it has to be within public lobbies.
Oh, that's true.
Public channels.
Alright. We're gonna continue on here. Hunter A, anything?
I also do not have access to the forms at this point. I have changed my name to what you have required, as well as if you do have any question about medical terminology, I am a nationally registered EMR as well as an actual firefighter. So hit me
That's
up with a
perfect.
question.
Appreciate that.
No problem.
All right, Michael G. I know you're anxious.
Microphone activation.
Jesus, so much stuff's going on.
Okay, Sam.
So, what if you run your own 5M server off your computer, but you shut it down after you're done on it? Is that okay?
As long as you're not playing with anybody, it's okay. You're by yourself.
So even if someone's in the DOJ just messing around on it, I can't do that, or
no.
Okay.
There's been too many issues in the past with that, and it's turned out to be, obviously termination of membership situations. So obviously, we're not going to be having that anymore.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
Actually, do you have a few that you want to bring up if everyone's done?
Oh, I still got my question, if it's alright.
Oh.
Okay, hang on. Let's let Colin go real quick. Then Tammy, you can go.
User was moved to your
my question
channel.
is, are we ever going to do department training?
Department training, like
I don't know. Anything.
Like going in game all together and doing like a scenario.
Scenario or training in general, that's I lack freaking EMT skills as it is, but it's like
that is something with that we do every now and then. I really do want to do it more. I think the last one we had was a long time ago, but it was because we had the civs and we had I think a couple Leo guys that wanted to put up their time to actually run the scenario. I think the last big scenario we had was the Humane Labs thing, and I think a lot of you here were here for it. But it's the last thing we had, and we are going to work on getting more scenarios together. I'll talk with the civilian guys about that, and see if we can get something going for us. Because I know that with you guys in the serious patrols, we do sit in the station a lot, and you don't really get to practice what you guys learn. And I do apologize for that, but again, if you're a firefighter in real life, you understand. You sit at the station and you'll wait. That's just the thing about being a firefighter. You sit at the station, you wait. You wait for something. So it's realistic. We are a realistic department. I think we're the most realistic acting department in this fucking clan, but that's besides the point. But yeah, we'll get some stuff going there on that, Colin.
I have no problem responding to GSWs and tasers, but is PD allowed to pull up probes? As long as they're not.
No.
Okay.
Wait, what are you saying? He's allowed to pull out what?
When tasers, when you tase them.
No, they're not. They're not allowed to pull out prongs. That is when a EMT or someone that is in the station needs to respond. That's their job.
Okay.
If
Right.
if I find out that's happening, it's not going to be good for that officer. I can
Oh,
promise you that.
it's not as far as I'm concerned, but I'm just one of those like.
Nope. If a taser is deployed, automatically fire's coming out there to check out the guy, get the prongs out, make sure he didn't receive, not make sure he's not going to die of anything later on, and he's going to be good to go. But if I find out PD or any law enforcement's doing that, they're going to have their
I
asses
actually
handed to
have
them by
something
me.
to add on to that, Ian, when it comes to the taser deployment.
What?
Michael G, civilian Michael G, is actually adding that to our revived script. That once they are tased, they basically go into the death animation, and they have to be basically the prongs removed by a firefighter, EMT, or a staff.
See?
Not
Exactly.
you, civilian.
Oh.
I
I was
said
like,
Michael
I
G,
am?
civilian. Boom! Right over your head.
There's too many
Oh, my Lord.
Michaels. I was like, I'm supposed to be doing something?
There's 100 fucking Michaels in this clan. It's not even funny.
I know.
I swear it's the most common name in this clan. All right, so we got to do I want to get this meeting on a wrap. Tommy, quickly.
So to what Colin, I believe it was, saying before, I'm gonna work on the trainings, and we're gonna try to schedule some department trainings and some EMT stuff, EMT trainings and all that separately, so we can work on those skills specifically.
For you guys who are here. Not for new
What?
people. Yeah, for people who are here.
Yeah.
Like continuing ed.
Yeah, not just the recruit training. More than. And I also want to talk about in game. I've been saying this to a lot of the probationers that I've been working with. You have to, no matter what you're doing, this is also to what Sam was saying before, you have to be professional. You have to look professional the whole time, because I've ran into a lot of problems with me doing something bad, and then I get yelled at later on because, it just so happens that Angel was spectating me as I was doing it. If you're in the city and you just came back from a transport from Sandy Shores, you stop at every red light until you get back to Sandy Shores, to your station. You don't, speed through. You don't go code 3 until you get near Sandy Shores, and then you go code 1. Get there faster. You follow the laws, and you just don't break any of the laws. I mean, you're always being watched. That's the thing. With being able to spectate now, Ian might come in game, and he might, see someone, even cops. The police officers don't know that they're being watched sometimes, and they go through red lights. They don't follow the laws. But we need to be the people that actually do it. We need to be the bigger department, even though this is a game. Ambulances and fire trucks are very big machinery. So we need to know how to drive them correctly and follow the laws.
And it will be a 1090 if it's caught doing it.
And I have spectated firefighters and police department members, and I have 1090'd and even 1093'd one person for it. So it's no joke when it comes to it.
And one last thing, probationary firefighters, remember that you need to be filling out the ride-along forms. The rat? I figured it was that, but I wasn't sure. You technically cannot be riding alone in an engine or a squad until you're a firefighter 1. So until we start seeing your PCRs or patrol logs and your rat forms filled out, then there's going to be no option for you to be applicable for promotion.
You
need to make sure. Hold on. You need to make sure that you get all those in, and just like what Angel was saying before, you're not going to ask for one. It'll come to you when we know that you're ready. And yeah.
I
Michael?
Can I talk to you later about it?
Sure.
Question: is there like a quick link or something where I can find this rap form?
It's in my office.
Okay, cool. All right, I'll start
Everything,
filling that out. and stuff.
every PCR, every patrol log that you need is either in Ian's office, Ash's office, John's
Not Ian's.
office,
Not
not
me.
Ian's office, Sam's office, John's office, Ashton's office, everyone but Ian.
You can look at my offices
my-
and look at my offices and look at everybody else's.
My office has a lot as well. Like in regards to like crime investigation, there's a lot of stuff down there. Me and Jim are currently adding more to it, so it's one of those things is check the offices because most of the time we make it easy. Our offices are probably one of the most impressive because we have all of our information there.
So you should never have any problems finding information. But if it happens that you do, go check the forums, because pretty much everything that's in the office is on the forums too. So everything's available to you.
All right. Well, with that being said, is there any other questions, concerns by anybody? I'm gonna have to go ahead and get this meeting wrapped up, and Ashton's got some stuff to do. With some, some probies down here, I believe. I don't know.
All right, the current time is 9:36 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This concludes the interview, or not the interview, the training, not the training, the meeting. Unless Ian has any other remarks.
All right, no, we don't.